Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, friends, to Pillars of Eternity. So, last time I actually did check how the armors look, and I have to say that I like the design of both of the armors, though I don't think I'm gonna use them. So, I'm just going to leave this area now. I'm actually kind of surprised in Twin Arms. I mean, yeah, there is a protector, but I haven't found any quests at all. Tribesman, tribeswoman and stuff, but... Huh. Hello, Quack. What do you have to say for yourself, mate? You see an enormous mane of wild orange hair belonging to a burly man with expression slightly worried in a small, candlelit room. Across from him sits a poorly woman with third eye painted on her forehead. She gazes at him and clutches her tongue, standing him upright. He's clear-headed and half taller than her, but it is she who commands the room. She closes her eyes, her hand on his chest, and speaks. She sees a small grey creature darting from place to place, running, escaping. She is chasing it, four legs bounded, jumping across the room frantically. When she laughs, opening her eyes, and withdrawing her hand, immediately guilty, she apologizes, avoiding his eyes. He demands to know what's wrong with him, what's causing his strange behavior. Before you were born, your soul split, child, she explains, fighting a smile. While half went to you, the other half seemed to have become rather feline in nature. He rocks back expression after expression, pounding his face. His mouth opens and closes for several moments. Before he bows his head, edges of smile playing around his mouth as well. Suddenly he begins to laugh, dabbing over, tears streaming down his face. Composing himself, he thanks her and leaves. The mystery solved. What? Okay. That wasn't an interesting story at all. Stag, hunters, boar companion, tribesman. But no quest givers at all, no companions as well, which is a plus in my side. I hate companions that come halfway after 3/3 of the game, so let's enter this place and see what we can find there. Okay, we discovered a map. It's an empty room. And of course we all looted. Dang it, okay, let's leave. Okay. Yeah, that's all three of them. There seems to be some houses here as well, actually, so I might actually take my time and explore a little bit. But first, let's go in Gaff and Han's home. Yeah, whatever, let's go in. Hello, Gaff and Gun, are you? No, it's Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Welcome to my home, Mr. Moore. I'm Leslie, healer and guide. What brings you here? Tell me about yourself. I like your song, bird. Does it have a name? Well, he does, she blushes. But he ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name's long and rather silly. The short version is Beaker. Next bird I have will be named after an Anfath. I should be gone. On snakes, Adraban and... Is that blood? Ah, war paint. No, there is no place we can hide from this one apparently, so... Still no quest givers, that's amazing, really. Okay, the bear seems to be stuck there, anyway. Let's run, people, run! As fast as light brings us. There's no house here, we know we can't go this way. Hello, your name is, Stegler. Oh. Oh, you shut up. I know, we are not allowed in. How can I get a permission? You can always find one of the Anthers in the Passage of the Six. Perhaps Anthers Bellwout will listen if she can tolerate your barbaric language. Oh. This guy wants to die. Very well, old fool. If it is that you seek, I'll be more than happy to oblige. Hello, warriors. Don't mind me, I'm just going in. Well, well, well. Hello, crows. Krause. Let's speak with him. You see a small murder of crows gathered on the dirt path that cuts through some dry farmland. They follow this Orland, who is slowly making his way down the path. They sometimes hop, sometimes fly, gliding after him, but always staying behind. Occasionally one will outright briefly on his shoulder, only to quickly take to wing again and rejoice again. As he nears a small village of crows, lands on his shoulder and begins crowing exceptionally. The Orland smiles and nods as if agreeing. He takes a small clump of bread from the pocket in his cloak and gives it to the crows, who grabs it in its beak and flies in a small distance away to eat its prize in space. Small children, drowned by the noise made by the crows, rush out to see who's the approaching stranger. When he has sufficient audience, the Orland lifts both arms out of his sides, and as if they have been trained, the crows flock to him, landing on his hands and arms. They rock, crowing almost in unison, and he stands there quietly humming a lovely song. He looks at the children and begins to tell them strange facts. He tells them of a different crow that make and what they mean. He tells them of a Peking order of crow king and queen, kings and queens, a long past and times of their reigns. He does this for some time, all the while with his arms bearing the weight of a dozen crows. At length his arms seem to tire, he drops them again, and the crows take flight, spiraling up over his head, and then go off in the distractions. A black feathery tornado disappears in the fading daylight. The children's delighted screams echo down the road as they run back towards town. The Orland stands alone on the road, watching his crows disappear in the distance. Okay. Hello, I was looking for you. Apparently. A middle-aged Orland woman stands at the back of a longhouse, an expression rotation of her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a deceptive step towards you. Another Estamore, what do you want? I'm looking for another who passes through the city. Few Estamores are given the freedom of our sacred city. If you ask for this person, is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let your Estamore roam our sacred city. Reasons I'm coming to understand. Okay. You must let me through. I have enjoined Mantis to attend elsewhere in Twin Elms. Perhaps can work out an arrangement. I have no wish to cause a stir. I'm afraid not. Looters have grown bolder at the sights of builders. The people of the Fan's Bay set fire to their own city, and every week the Three-Tusked Thunder brings news of more desperate settlers, pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of unfed children. Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Unfard continues to glance at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you. Permitting more strangers and freedom to the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful Ahmad Samyok doesn't sit in the passage of the sixth day. He would not be so kind as I. Well, a vision of a Nolan Man appears near Barrow. He has the same green-brown fur and has eyes as she does. Help me, reason with them. He points behind you. Turning, you see a ghostly shapes. They are in front of me, but whatever. Turning, you see a ghostly shapes of either Anfath, another Orland with tawny fur and scared face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orland, and two elves. Very well. Good then. She looks as if she is about to say more, but instead she begins to turn from you. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with slow, heavy motion, daring to essence steer between them, and he grims and leans forward, as if suggesting against the gale. The angry man front voices. War. The spectral Orlan voice is rasping in croak. They're heading for war. Remind them of Erwin's warning. Does Erwin's warning mean anything to you? Erwin's soul image gasps down threads of essence stuck at him, drawing him back into the unfound. He looks up at you again. I try to tell them that builder souls have touched even the Esterworth. The two attendant tribesmen look from north to you, their swords hands ready, her slitting pupils narrowed. You better explain yourselves. The builder's souls have touched even the Esterworths. She gasps at last. Farron's soul fades back in her. Tribesman gasps at you. There is no way you could have known this saying, not unless you're Gauss Antmans, a watcher of souls. Farron tried to warn the other tribes about something. What is it? Farron's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Farron, my ancestor on his mother's side, was infant of our tribe then. When the Estimorx farmers denied the builders' monuments, Farron urged the others and found the patience. But louder angriest voices prevailed. Now this is stupid because I do think I can sneak around people if I was alone. But okay, whatever. Farron believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed that the builder souls had spread to all people and that we should avoid needless conflicts with both. More particularly, he warned that violent response would only spur forward bloodshed across generations. And you can see where we are today. At least you don't have the Hallowborn to deal with. Maybe you're better off than you thought. The burden of the unfound has been light on our shoulders, but I am not so naive as to think that we are immune for this affliction, or that its presence amongst the neighbors does not also threaten us, as I am often reminded we share a fragile borders. And what are borders? Lines in the sand placed by men. I don't remember who said that, by the way. While Farron's words were shared and they were ignored back then, simply remembering his wavering now will not undo the wars and the charges that the years have seen. There's blood on those stones. That is all anyone remembers now. The image you've published the Adra Cube, fashioned into your mind. There is a ring on the side, but the image is too faint for you to read it. Jan Fad turns away from you and looks at the ground, Ganway's point and claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. Sounds like you've got yourself your own problem. So give them something else to remember. No, I'm gonna say the first one. You can't change the past, but the choices now still matter. She looks at you sadly. Yes, that is the problem. Another Estimor came through here a few days ago, and while letting him through was a mistake, one I am eager not to repeat. The Gilded Compass tribe has reputed for being too soft with Estimors. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man was desecrated our most sacred sites. Okay. Now's the time to fix this then. I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar twin elms from Estwands to protect for ancient places that the builders left behind. The builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree. You again see the polished Adra correspond in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is cursed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips from words, a gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key. Okay. Beto stares back at you, her tiny pointed teeth visibly through her gasping mouth. These were the words given to the keepers of stones. I know, even if I don't. Very well, the city is yours to explore. Tell the guards at the gate that you come to see the cursed ones, with the blessing of guided compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the delegates of dear Everon, the elms which, if the gods have sent you there with a purpose, the legment will know. In the meantime, we'll be here to assist you. Okay, farewell then. Well, that was an interesting detour that made absolutely no progress whatsoever towards the storyline. Gee, I wonder if that was important. My brother, fleeing in shame. I don't believe any of it. Okay, let's pick with this one. Apparently this is the first quest giver of the city. What kind of country... okay. Sensing your approach, a Magman Elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red stripe paint gleams pretty with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Glanfran matters. Begone! Still your heart, red eye. Do not forget where you stand. Okay, this is a woman. She parts the fine stars of golden hair, floats above her face, acknowledge you with a nod. In the house of our ancestor at the 6 tribes, we commune as one people. The ancestor will forgive me and my brothers when I clean the shame away from his name and from taint it has brought on our tribe. What happened to your brother? My brother Fiorm is the greatest hunter on our tribe. He set out on blood hunt, but hasn't returned. And now, Artwand, that puny liar, he claims that my brother... Adran belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that comprehends fell against Fromum during the blood hunt. Arran claims that Fiorm was exiled himself, deciding not to return to Twin Elms. Exiled in shame for losing to him during the blood hunt. Can you believe this? Liar. Even though Arwen returned with the giant slayer's fang as proof, it is hard to believe that Fiorm would have failed to kill the prey first. But you cannot claim that yet, right, Ray? Not until the answer judge the truth. Oh, you're gonna ask me for help. Iron's weak from lower tribes. He lies, so find the truth and clean my brother's name. You mentioned the blood hunt. What is it? We prove our word in a blood hunt, like I didn't actually know the answer to that one. We see out to stalk the prey, an always dangerous creature, and only one kill at first. Yes, but if hunt at fairs as bound as Grandfand, as one not as enemies, 2 hunters, 2 tribes, 1 spirit, that is our goal. Our way isn't to lie. We don't betray our brothers and sisters for our own gain. Okay, the blood hunt between our brother Alwyn has broken, and communication to our tribes ready. Do not dig in this wound until you can claim the truth. Perhaps our customs appear strange to you, but despite what you would now see, we Garfar hold our bands sacred. Okay, why would he lie about your brother? That's a stupid question. He wants all the glory. Or maybe he hates them. I mean, they said that they are rivals, so... Okay, how do you plan to clear his name? I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Unfallen must let me go. To judge Arwand and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen only to your truth. Before the Unfound, only an improved voice can speak what happened. You mean to involve this one, an Estamore? Listen to me now, Arwen returned, with proof. Your brother did not even come back. The tribes are split. Something must be done. Okay, what do I care about your petty troubles? I've got more important things to resolve in this town. How typical of Westermont to think of themselves so lofty. Oh yeah, because you don't think about yourself at all right now, hypocritical idiot. So lofty and beyond reproach. If you are so important, discovering my brother's fate should prove a simple challenge. Indeed. Beyond and Natra went to the narrow forest beyond the Orphan's Pass to hunt a giant slaver. Search this and return us with the truth if you can, but be aware, Staglars of such size, many times over thrice lesser can usually grab a big pride that follows them closely. Estmore, I don't expect help, but I will do anything to know for my brother's fate and to clean the stain that Almring has spilled on our tribe. Anything. This I claim. Okay, this sounds like an interesting mission. And this guy will owe me after this. Red Eye. That's an interesting name. Red Eye. Red Eye. Red Eyes. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take a break. And I'm gonna see you all next time. Goodbye.